Look at it here, the height difference. Weedman, the taller fighter, he's been able to use that range. Michel has to push forward and get inside to get to the head of Brent Weedman.
Weedman from Louisville, Kentucky is in the white trunks. Round number 1. Jerry Poe is the referee. This will be a great contrast in striking styles in MMA. Michel, a kickboxer's base. Weedman, a Dutch Muay Thai base.
They are not that different. Both guys like to throw a lot of kicks. They're good at mixing up kicks and punches. I don't think it'll be a stylistic difference. It's gonna be a matter of who initiates and who lands effectively. That's gonna be the difference.
Michel, a kickboxing record of 26 victories against just 2 defeats, and throws the head kick there. And as we saw in Michel's quarterfinal round win by split decision versus fellow Brazilian Nazaré last month, it is, as he says emphatically, a kickboxing style in MMA, not a Muay Thai style.
Very true. That Dutch style of Brent Weedman, though, it's more hands than feet.
Weedman, with a big smile on his face, said, "I want to test my striking skills against Michel because I know he is great in the stand-up." Sounds good in theory.
Both these guys very proficient, you can tell already.
Really a snap kick almost to the head by Michel.
Both these guys have unorthodox kicking styles. They know how to throw a lot of different things with their feet.
Weedman with the clinch and the body lock, counter knee by Michel. Weedman, a brown belt judo, went for the hip toss and could not find it.
We saw last time against J.J. Ambrose his submission skills. Got to remember, Thiago Michel, a brown belt as well. Both guys are brown belts.
Weedman trying to get his base, trying to get back to his feet. Almost in a wizard position is Brent Weedman. Can't find it. Big right hands by Michel from the top.
Man, great balance by both guys.
Hip toss by Michel, then the sweep to reversal really by Weedman.
But Nazaré, much more decorated in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu than Brent Weedman, and he had trouble passing Michel's guard, but now Weedman already passed the guard.
Into side control is Brent Weedman.
You know how tenacious he can be on top.
Weedman driving forward. Michel locking his legs. Really a scissor hold now on the head of Brent Weedman. Unorthodox from the bottom by Thiago Michel.
Trying to get the straight arm on the right arm of Weedman. Weedman putting his knee in there, trying to get his arm out.
Michel scissoring the head of Brent Weedman, going for the armbar on Weedman's left arm, and Weedman pulls free. Weedman back in side control. Weedman in a knee position, and he throws a knee there.
Yeah, we were rolling a little bit yesterday, and he told me, he goes, I love that, throwing knees from the side, softening guys up, makes submissions a lot easier. One thing you have to remember, Weedman, of course, coming down from 170 pounds. He's the bigger guy, the heavier guy, and this is the position to make a guy feel it.
Weedman looking to pass, knee on belly, couldn't find it. Still in side control.
Looking for the Darce choke here. He's gonna try and slide that arm up.
Michel back to his feet. Knee by Weedman. Turn by Michel, then the left hand by Weedman misses the mark as Michel backs off. 135 remaining in round 1. Good start to this fight, inside kick by Weedman. Head kick attempt by Michel, then the push kick. Weedman trying to walk through with the punches. Counter left hand by Thiago Michel, then the knee.
Oh, good shot right on the chin.
Weedman a push kick right back.
Man, Michel's so good with that front snap kick.
I'm referring to it as a push kick, but in fairness, it's really a snap kick.
Certainly is.
There's no push, it's all snap. Body kick by Michel. Then the right hand, then the left. Another body kick caught by Weedman and pulled out.
And Michel really asserting himself in this last minute. That's important in a close round. Good spinning back kick.
Body kick by Thiago Michel. Still Weedman comes forward. A snap kick by Thiago Michel.
You see
Side
now,
kick checked.
Weedman a bit more tentative now. He's seeing a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, a lot of different attacks coming at him and slowing down his offense.
Final seconds of round number 1, lightweight tournament semifinal number 1. Weedman gets the takedown, no doubt trying to impress the judges. Half guard held by Michel. The father of Brent Weedman working his son's corner tonight. A tough round 1 to score, Jimmy. How did you see it on your unofficial scorecard?
Really close. I gave it to Brent Weedman 10-9 based on that takedown. He was on top in that round. Michel started landing some good strikes, but it was later in the round. I didn't think it was enough to win it back.
Thiago Michel told us in and out with my strikes, in and out, in and out. Weedman said very candidly, I respect him a lot. I think he's a world-class kickboxer. My biggest concern in this fight is not being knocked out. It's my opponent, Thiago Michel, being elusive for 15 minutes.
Well, you should have some concern for Thiago Michel's offensive ability. So on the last minute of that round, Michel's landed some good shots on it.
Straight left by Thiago Michel.
Was a nice right hand over the top by Weedman.
Weedman looking again for a takedown. There's the sprawl from Thiago Michel effectively.
He's looking up the gator roll. Anaconda now turning into a modified guillotine.
You see the hand on the bicep for Michel, trying to roll Brent Weedman.
That is tight. Can't tell exactly how deep it is from here. Weedman, though, still struggling.
A lot of torque by Michel, leaning back, hand on the bicep. Now locking his ankles.
Now this is where a veteran has to know, how much do I put into this choke and when is it done? You can burn a lot of energy on a guillotine that isn't working.
Weedman throwing the right hand to the shoulder, trying to posture with his left knee, trying to pop his head free.
JJ Ambrose had Weedman in trouble a couple times with the darce. Weedman kept his head, was able to fight out of all of JJ Ambrose submission attempts.
And he fights out of that.
Here.
Weedman pops his head free and straight into side control. And here comes the knee. Another big knee from Brent Weedman. That's something he told us he would do a lot from side control.
And those can really take the fight out of you.
Weedman now posturing on his hip, almost a sit through. Now back to conventional side control for Brent Weedman, looking to pass. Michel has none of it. Thiago Michel on his hip, and another big knee from Brent Weedman. And another. Weedman puts everything into those knees. 2:15 remaining in round 2.
You notice here, Weedman not trying to do too much. He's not really going for the mount, not trying for a lot of submissions. He's keeping his weight on his man. It's all about control on the top for Brent Weedman.
Weedman continuing to hold side control, holding this top position on Thiago Michel.
Michel turns, look for Weedman to go for the darce. Turns it into a guillotine.
Looking for the guillotine.
Hard to finish without full guard.
Now close guard from Weedman. Throwing punches from his back. And it's Michel on his knees throwing punches. Hammer fist from Thiago Michel, then the right hand. Left hammer fist by Michel. Look at Weedman still throwing from his back. Open guard from Brent Weedman. Michel staying close. Good sneaky left hand by Michel, indeed.
Nice ground and pound by Michel.
Weedman looking for the up kick, trying to somersault into a better position, and he does. Sprawl by Michel.
Finish it. 1 minute, Brent, go, put him down.
And here's good job. You hear his coach saying, take him down. There's only 1 minute left. He wants him to ice the round.
Weedman back into side control.
Go!
Weedman, you can just feel him setting up the knee. Trying to keep his base, and there's the knee.
Well, it's a low-risk move. It's easy to throw from that position. You're not giving anything up. Not a lot your opponent can do to counter it either.
Another knee from Brent Weedman. And another 25 seconds remaining in round 2.
Downside is it's hard to finish a fight with those. And you take something out of a guy, but Knee to the side from this position isn't going to stop most guys on Thiago Michel's level.
We've been trying to step through. Michel trying to get back to his feet. Weedman wants to end the round in this position, side control. And he does.
Hey, do this for everybody right now.
Bad enough to almost close that eye. It's probably 80% closed.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of trouble seeing out of that eye. You see now Thiago Michel circling that way, circling to his left.
The winner becomes the first finalist in this Bellator Season 6 155-pound tournament. The left hook by Thiago Michel, then the kick.
Look for a veteran kickboxer like Michel to work that eye if he possibly can. Problem for Weedman is once one eye closes, depth perception is very difficult. You can't tell exactly how close your opponent is.
Side kick by Michel. Right hand, then the body kick as Weedman comes forward. Michel missing with that leg kick. Missing with that left hand is Thiago Michel. Side kick by Thiago Michel finds the mark, and still Brent Weedman comes forward.
These, in between rounds, Weedman's coach saying these rounds are razor thin. They're very close. You got to turn it on in this round, and I agree. I have him ahead, but I wouldn't trust the judge. These are very close rounds.
That's a slip by Weedman off of the head kick, and now Thiago Michel pouncing with the ground and pound. Good left hand, and the jackhammer right by the Brazilian. Big right hand.
They're very accurate, right by the ear. That's a knockout spot.
And Michel does not want to play with the ground and pound. He wants this fight standing, and he gets it. Weedman with the body kick. Weedman's right eye is almost closed. Spinning back fist.
Nice.
And that's right to the blind side. And Jimmy, you said it. A fighter with one eye is a fighter that loses depth perception. Weedman driving back with the body lock.
Now, a lot of this round is going to rely, I think, on who thinks they're ahead. I have Michel up 2 rounds to none, but you never know. One of those rounds could have easily gone to Michel. And the problem is, we saw against Nazare, he landed a lot of shots, but never knockout shots. He didn't show that he can finish a guy with his punches at this level. And Weedman's a big lightweight. Great outside trip.
Beautiful takedown on the outside trip by Brent Weedman. Jimmy, if this fight, and it's still a big if, but if it does go to the 3 State of Ohio judges' scorecards, remember that Weedman got that takedown in the closing seconds of round 1.
My fault. I gave the first 2 rounds to Brent Weedman, 10-9. I said Michel, but I gave him to Brent Weedman, 10-9. But either one of those rounds could have gone the other way.
I know you did. I just did not have the heart to correct you.
You know what? I correct you all the time. It's weird.
It's because I'm from Kansas and you're from Long Beach.
Yes.
Send your hate mail now.
Exactly. I'm surprised I don't yell profanities at you.
Michel now applying the pressure. Good strikes. Michel 3 punches, then pulls out. Spinning back kick.
Beautiful shot.
Then the snap kick by Thiago Michel. Wide right hook by Thiago Michel. Picking up his striking output. This is with the head kick. Still Weedman comes forward.
Michel landing well, but not fighting like he needs a knockout to win.
Body kick by Thiago Michel, then the snap kick again.
Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but he's fighting, in and out game. He's winning the striking battle, in my opinion.
Weedman's right eye is almost closed by the bad mouse that formed in round 2, and now he's bleeding out of the corner of his left eye. Michel coming forward, showing a bit more energy and a bit more effort here in the 15th and final minute of this fight.
He's definitely winning this round. The first 2 rounds that I gave to Weedman were based on that takedown and that top control. That hasn't been a factor, really, in this 3rd round.
Michel making that kick look so easy.
You hear Weedman's corner yelling takedown. I agree. I think he's getting picked apart on the feet.
Weedman looking for the takedown. Went for the double, now for the single. Can he get it before the bell? It will definitely leave a mark with the judges.
Oh, spinning for the leg lock.
Final seconds now. The bell in the end of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your judges' scorecards. Your first judge, Daniel Martz, scores the fight 29-28. He sees it for Michel. Your second judge, Kevin Armstrong, scores the fight 29-28. Sees it for Weedman. Your third and final judge, Phil Rogers, scores the fight 29-28. Seeing it for the winner by split decision. Now the first lightweight tournament finalist, Brett Weedman.
Now set for lightweight tournament semifinal number 2 in our tale of the tape.
You see Rick Hawn 35, Lloyd Woodard 27, and he fights with that young energy, comes out blazing. Rick Hawn has to fight like the older fighter, more mature, pick his spots.
You and I love the Rocky films as well. Woodard is in the white trunks, Hawn is in the black trunks, Jerry Chris is the referee in round number 1.
Now this is not, oh, got kneed right in the cup. Ref did not see it, but he did knee him.
Hawn calling out to referee Jerry Chris, saying low blow. Chris not interested. Hawn backs off, shaking his head. Woodard talking to Hawn. Lightweight tournament semifinal number 2. The winner faces Brett Weedman in the championship bout of the season 6 155-pound tournament next month.
Remember, he had a low blow also against Pitbull.
Woodard wants to turn this into a slugfest. Hawn wants this to be a very technical fight. Two huge contrasting personalities, two huge contrasting approaches to MMA in this fight.
Now this is not the range Lloyd Woodard wants. Rick Hawn, the judo Olympian, really comfortable in the clinch. That's where all the judo throws come from. Inside trips, outside trips. You see here, he's got his right hand against the hip of Rick Hawn, keeping that hip distance. He does not want to get thrown.
Hammer fist to the body by Lloyd Woodard. Woodard said he really did not spar any judo preparing for this fight. He just wasn't that concerned with Hawn's Olympic class judo. Is that a mistake in your estimation, Jimmy?
I think so. He should have, been a little bit prepared, at least for this positioning. Maybe some Greco-Roman, something like that. This is Hawn's range right here. He's in position for an arm throw. He's tried it before. Did it to Levon Maynard.
Let's go fight off our case.
He may not have prepared for judo, but his defense so far has looked good up against the fence.
Why can't a Jimmy Smith win? I get a Swabinski.
It's true, you can always just make it me. Pretty sure I am forbidden from competing.
A Joe Brown, perhaps? Mary Jones?
Time.
Knee by Lloyd Woodard, and that's a low blow detected by referee Jerry Chris. So Hawn complained of a low blow at the start of this fight. Jerry Chris was not interested at that time?
No, he says, I didn't see it, so it didn't happen. He broke up because of inactivity, not because of the low blow, Sean. That's 2 so far that I think Cupcake got away with.
Hawn misses with the right hand.
But think about it tactically. Neither guy landing a lot, but he's dragging Woodard into a long fight. I think that's part of Hawn's strategy, is not throw a lot in the first round. That's where Woodard is most dangerous. Pitbull got lured into a brawl and got beaten. Rick Hawn will not do that.
You see Hawn trying to being baited in by Woodard, and he is not taking the bait. Hawn dropping his hand saying, come on. Jump knee attempt by Lloyd Woodard.
I always say it, you cannot ask an opponent to fight your kind of fight. You have to make him fight your kind of fight. Lloyd Woodard can't ask Rick Hawn to come in and brawl. He's got to make him. Oh, that's judo. Beautiful outside trip.
Hawn now in side control from that world-class Olympic-level judo. Hawn in a position to knee, has not thrown a knee strike yet. 145 remaining in round 1.
This jiu-jitsu coach from Renzo Gracie is Kevin Landry. I have rolled with that guy. He is phenomenal. Always respectful. Love rolling with that guy.
Woodard right back to his feet, slips the right hand of Rick Hawn. Now Woodard coming forward.
Hawn not able to take advantage on top, though. Now Woodard going for the takedown.
Almost a head and arm throw by Lloyd Woodard. Now in the suplex position, has Hawn's back. Has the waist cinched as Lloyd Woodard.
Remember, Woodard has a wrestling background. He has takedowns of his own.
Knee by Woodard. Hawn now applying the pressure. See Hawn driving forward with his head. Knee by Hawn and another.
I can see the strategy here by Rick Hawn. Drag Lloyd Woodard into a long fight, second, third round. Don't get caught in the brawl in the first round.
Another knee by Rick Hawn and another. Short knees. Woodard trying to fire back with the right hand from a tough position.
Problem is, it can lead to close rounds.
Call for action from referee Jerry Chris. Another knee inside that time by Hawn, then the answer counter knee by Woodard.
Now this is game planning here, Sean. This is all game planning. I can see what his coaches said. Keep it close, wear the energy out of this kid.
Separation in the restart from referee Jerry Chris.
Stoking into a war, work your clinch, drag him into deep water. That's what he's doing.
Hawn looking for the throw, couldn't find it. Final seconds of round one.
This is a methodical an approach by a guy who trained for a methodical fight, Sean.
Woodard wants to brawl. Hawn wants this to be a very technical fight. Woodard's only career loss, April of last year, the semifinal round of the Bellator Season 4 lightweight tournament, losing by unanimous.
Oh, good right by Rick Hawn.
Here's right hand by Rick Hawn, and that is it! Game, set, match, Rick Hawn, and he has booked his place in the lightweight tournament
Lloyd
final.
Woodard is still wobbly. He's protesting, but he's on rubber legs. He got caught. Take a look at it again. Bang! Right on the chin. And we could see his face from our angle. You see here the reach advantage, 5 inches for Vasilevsky. He has a good jab, he throws good straight punches. He's going to have to use that reach to keep Falcao on the outside.
Slava Vasilevsky, the Russian in the black trunks, round number one. Chad Trukovich is the referee.
I'm sorry, that stare should have a prison number underneath it.
Line of the night, Jimmy Smith.
Night's not over yet, my friend. And both these guys starting out early throwing punches.
Both said they wanted to keep this standing and look for the knockout. Both made that very clear. Vasilevsky said, establish distance, in and out with my striking. Falcao said, a slow start and be a counter striker first before I turn on the heat.
Now the thing is that the difference in stances between a boxer and a Muay Thai fighter. Muay Thai.
Here's right hand by Vasilevsky, and he pounces immediately.
Falcao still looks with it.
Falcao walking up his guard, hasn't closed it yet, now he does, but he was dropped by that right hand.
Yeah, but his eyes are clear, he looks all right. I don't know if he was rocked or just off balance. That's a good shot by Vasilevsky. As I was about to say, one of the big differences, boxers tend to be heavy on their front foot in order to use that jab and the left hook. Muay Thai fighters tend to be light on their front foot. I think Falcao wants to kick that leg out from underneath him. See here, angling for the armbar.
Falcao walking up, looking for the armbar indeed. Still looking for it. Vasilevsky has his left arm trapped, trying to pull out.
Falcao staying very composed on the bottom. And good offensive guard by Michael Falcao.
Back to open guard for Falcao. Lost the armbar attempt, then a left hand from Vasilevsky. Close guard from Falcao, but he continues to move and posture on the bottom. See Vasilevsky trying to posture up, trying to raise up and find striking distance.
Using some good wrist control. It's important. There are no elbows in tournament fights, so wrist control can get you out of a bad situation, really stifle your opponent's ground and pound.
Vasilevsky not able to land that left hook from the top position. Falcao, you see, sitting up with a closed guard, keeping his man close. Vasilevsky trying to raise up.
Now, good cage awareness. He's putting Falcao up against the fence. Falcao very aware, good use of open guard.
Vasilevsky not getting through with that left hand. Great defense on the bottom from Michel Falcao. Slava Vasilevsky in this top position, and he cannot land any strikes. A lot of pressure from the top by 23-year-old Slava Vasilevsky.
Beautiful.
Pushed off by Falcao, and then taken down.
Talk about the black belt in judo. That was a great trip.
That was some high-level judo indeed from Slava Vasilevsky. Falcao again back to his feet. And the clinch from Michel Falcao.
Seeing a lot more takedown, a lot more clinch work than I would have expected from Vasilevsky.
Left to the body, counter left right back by Falcao.
Man, once again, going for the outside trip, now the inside trip.
Great judo from Slava Vasilevsky. Closing in on 90 seconds remaining in round number 1 of this opening middleweight tournament semifinal. Close guard again from Michel Falcao. And picked up and put to the base of the cage by Vasilevsky. That took a lot of strength. Both fighters listed at 5'10", two wildly different body types. Open guard again from Falcao. Now closes his guard. Could be New Zealand.
Could be, you never know.
Open guard still for Michel Falcao. He has spent a lot of this opening round on the bottom.
Good bottom control by Falcao. The problem is he's going to lose this round with Vasilevsky being on top the entire time. He stifled his offense to a great degree, but still, as a points game, Vasilevsky's on top.
See Vasilevsky driving in with his head, and there's the stand-up from our referee, Chad Trukovich.
Go.
Final seconds of round number 1. Hop in the step of Vasilevsky. Falcao missing with that lead left hook. Both fighters looking to land one more big punch before the bell to end round 1. Swing and a miss with the right by Falcao.
Go!
His second fight in the Bellator cage, a win, and he is through to the middleweight tournament final. Michel Falcao, billed as one of the hardest strikers coming out of Brazil into the Bellator cage. Jimmy, how did you see round 1?
I saw round 1, 10-9 for Vasilevsky. Got great takedowns, was on top, didn't do a lot with it, but certainly controlled that opening round.
Overhand right by Falcao, badly missed the mark. Outside kick, counter right by Vasilevsky.
One thing, Falcao in the past has been a slow starter.
But he talked about that. He said, I want a slow start. I want to be a counter striker early.
Exactly, but in a 3-round fight, can you afford to give away a round?
Jimmy, as a former professional fighter, what's the mindset of saying, I want to have a slow start?
You can have a slow start, but you have to have a game plan that's going to win you that first round.
But in your estimation, why do fighters such as Falcao say, I want to have a slow start?
It can help against someone who really comes out aggressive in the first round. We saw it against Rick Hawn. Rick Hawn versus Lloyd Woodard. A slow start to drag your opponent into waters he's not familiar with. The problem is Vasilevsky has shown he can throw often for 3 rounds.
Another big, wide right that misses the mark by Falcao. He's just finding no joy with that punch. Look at the movement from Vasilevsky.
It's the footwork. That's why he can't land that big right hand.
Again, Falcao missing with the right.
Vasilevsky giving him a lot of angles. Problem is Falcao is just loading up one big shot. Slava is throwing punches in bunches.
Lead left jab by Vasilevsky.
Surprised Falcao isn't kicking more. Trying to take away that lead leg of Vasilevsky.
Left hook by Falcao did not get through. Again, missing with that overhand right. Straight left jab by Slava Vasilevsky. Right hand by Falcao, but it really caught the glove.
Ooh, nice jab.
There's the clinch initiated by Vasilevsky.
I'm a little surprised at that. He was doing great from the outside.
But for the inside trip, couldn't find it.
Surprised Falcao with his Muay Thai background isn't landing more knees from this position. Another great takedown.
Again, the judo from the judo black belt Slava Vasilevsky into side control, and again Falcao flat on his back, position he found himself in much of round 1. 2:35 remaining in round 2. See the power now of Michel Falcao, driving Vasilevsky back. Vasilevsky holding the underhook, now going for a standing guillotine.
And he's really cranking on it. How much will he try to go for this, and he's out.
Vasilevsky went for the outside trip, then went for the inside trip, couldn't find it from the guillotine and let it go. Now the knee from the Russian. Body shot by Falcao. Left hooked in the right. Those right punches, though, just not getting through by Michel Falcao. They're catching the glove of Vasilevsky.
Yeah, he's keeping his hands very high. I think he respects the power of Falcao.
Body lock by Vasilevsky. Short left by Falcao. Look at Vasilevsky for the outside trip. Got the trip, but it was Falcao landing in the top position. Falcao did really well to turn defense into offense.
He also held defense a little bit. That doesn't hurt.
Offense, defense, hold defense. Close guard from Vasilevsky. I'm from Kansas. Why I don't pronounce it defense, I have no idea. It's being married to an English woman, I think. Hammer fist now by Falcao. Final minute of round 2.
Got to see what Falcao can do from on top. He hasn't been effective, in my opinion, on the feet.
That's a big hammer fist with the right hand by the Brazilian Michel Falcao. Low close guard from Vasilevsky. Falcao trying to get off now with the left and the right. Body, head, head.
I like it. He's mixing it up. Going to the ribs, then to the head.
Look at Vasilevsky, Jimmy, holding the body lock from the bottom position. And again, his base in this sport is judo and sport sambo. There's a lot of body locking in sport sambo from the bottom. Right hand from the top by Falcao. Falcao continuing to work. Body, head, body, head.
10 seconds.
Falcao looking for that big shot. Close guard from Vasilevsky.
Great.
How do you see this fight on your unofficial scorecard through 2 rounds?
2 rounds to none for Slava Vasilevsky.
Counter left by Vasilevsky.
Oh, nice jab.
The winner becomes the first finalist in this Bellator Season 6 185-pound tournament.
Beautiful snappy jab. Falcao trying to counter with big shots.
Good right hand by Vasilevsky.
You see here, almost, oh, good right hand.
That's Falcao's best punch in this fight.
He hurt him.
Vasilevsky now tying up. Knees from Falcao.
I think for the first time, this is a desperation tie-up. Oh, good rib shots. Nice right over the top.
More big short strikes by Falcao. The right hand, the knee, more right hands and a left
Good
hand.
short left, man.
Falcao now finding the inside range, sitting in the pocket. Uppercut.
This is the best sequence so far for Falcao. He's looking for the finish.
Left hand after Vasilevsky slipped the right.
He needs to keep the pressure up and not give Slava time to get his composure back.
Knee from Falcao, uppercut from Vasilevsky.
Gotta be careful, he can't give up a trip here.
Both fighters have now been rocked in this bout. Falcao was rocked in round 1 and Vasilevsky rocked in the early stages here in round 3.
I disagree with that. I think Falcao got hit in that first round. He was not in a bad shape right now as Slava is. I really think Vasilevsky's hurt by these shots.
Knee from Falcao and he backs off with a smile on his face. Throws the left hook. Vasilevsky trying to throw the jab. What did Falcao say, Jimmy? A slow start, counter strike early, and then turn on the pressure. Both fighters back to their feet. Really more of a slip on the Vasilevsky takedown attempt.
The question is, can he finish, and is he down 2 rounds to none? Did he start his offense too late in the fight?
There's the takedown from Vasilevsky as he slipped the left hook. Well timed. 2:45 remaining in this 3rd and final round. Falcao, though, when we think about the 3 state of Ohio judges scoring this fight, Jimmy, has spent a lot of time on his back.
He certainly has. That's why I gave Vasilevsky the first 2 rounds. On top, landing ground and pound, good control.
Now a body lock from Falcao from the bottom.
Oh, now full mount.
Step over in the full mount from Slava Vasilevsky. Beautiful sweep by Falcao. That draws an ovation from our crowd here at IX Center in Cleveland.
Only 2 minutes left. Can Falcao finish? Can he pull out the round and the fight?
Blood coming out of Vasilevsky's mouth.
I'm surprised Falcao isn't standing up.
Vasilevsky posturing on his hip. Hammer fist to the bottom from Falcao. Then the big right hand diving back in.
Now, Falcao certainly wants to land with the ground and pound. He's had opportunities to stand up and bring him back to the feet. He hasn't taken them.
125 remaining in this third and final round, middleweight tournament semifinal number 1. Short left hands doubling up was Falcao to the head. Hammer fist. Into the body. Vasilevsky playing a lot of defense. I think he's waiting for the stand-up from referee Chad Trunkovich. Falcao trying to prevent that stand-up by staying busy. A hammer fist to the body again.
Now, Falcao certainly doing enough to keep this fight on the ground. Going over top of the head, I don't think that's a good idea. It's going to be hard to finish a guillotine from here.
Vasilevsky holding half guard. Falcao let that guillotine attempt go. Vasilevsky trying to sit up and through and back to his feet. Knee by Falcao. Another knee by Falcao. Vasilevsky drives forward and Falcao back on his back. Open half guard held by Falcao. Final seconds of this fight.
10 seconds.
Now Vasilevsky looking to throw from the top position. Close guard from Falcao. Vasilevsky looking for one more big shot from the top. The bell in the end of the fight.
Oh, Falcao did turn it on late. The problem is he might have turned it on too late.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll once again go to your judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, Phil Rogers, Kevin Armstrong, and Andrew Atkins Jr., all scored the fight exactly the same at 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision. Now advancing to the middleweight tournament championship, Michel Big Rig Falcao.
You see here the height difference. Spang, the taller fighter. Rogers gonna have to push in and get to the head of Andre Spang. Can Spang catch him coming in?
Spang is in the blue trunks. Round number 1. Jerry Poe's the referee. Rogers opens with a kick.
I remember Spang shoved him at the weigh-in. I don't think that was out of anger. I think he's trying to get inside the head of Brian Rogers, make him angry, make him walk into something.
Rogers said this is either going to be a highlight knockout or I'm probably going to lose.
I don't like it when a fighter says that. You should never have a mental, backdoor that if this doesn't happen, I'm going to lose. A lot of ways to win. You have to be ready for all of them.
Spang claiming low blow. Time called by referee Jerry Poe.
Don't expect a sympathetic reaction from the crowd for that one.
Spang has 5 minutes. Doesn't ask for any time. And we resume round 1 just like that.
Oh, good straight shot.
Spang turns his back. A slip by Rogers and now Spang pantses.
Wow.
Looking for the rear naked choke.
I don't believe it. He went for a kick and slipped, and now Spang is on his back.
That is very tight. Spang looking to finish. Has climbed the back, now loses the choke, but trying to cinch it in once more.
What a turnaround. He had Spang in serious trouble and slipped.
Both hooks in for Andreas Spang. Rogers has the full weight of his opponent on his back. And the Swede is trying to lock in the rear naked choke.
Man, Rogers is really defending here. He's doing the right thing. He's staying composed. Trying to keep his neck tucked. The man, Spang is just latched onto his back.
Spang both hooks in and he's crossed his ankles. Full weight on the back of Rogers.
Man, that is a huge turnaround.
Rogers keeping his cool, keeping his composure.
Looking at the referee going, hey, when are you going to break us up? And when somebody has your back, they usually don't do that. Rogers now on top.
Turned by Rogers, here come the hammer fist. And then Rogers lets Spang stand.
Wants to touch gloves. Rogers having none of it. Don't shove me at the weigh-in and expect us to be friends.
Bouncing the step of Andreas Spang. Brian Rogers in stalking mode. Push kick attempt by Spang, and it's Rogers still coming forward.
Oh, good right hand.
Rogers. Flying knee. More big shots. Spang trying to fire back with the counter left. Flying knee again by Rogers. He's looking for that highlight knockout.
I think he's looking for it a little too hard. He's doing well at punching range, but he's getting a little too close when he finishes, trying for that flying knee.
Shuffle step by Andreas Spang. Now Spang walking forward with the 1-2.
Surprised Spang not throwing more jabs, trying to keep Brian Rogers at a distance.
Inside kick by Rogers.
There are no setups here. He's just jumping in with big shots with that right hand.
Rogers catching the leg and now pouncing and looking for ground and pound. Spang has the ankle lock.
Cannot finish it from here. Rogers has him right where he wants him, but he's respectful of the ground game.
Both fighters tenacious in round one.
Problem is Rogers is not really in position for the rear naked. Crowd's going nuts, but he's not far enough behind him to get it.
You can see there it's really just the chin lock.
No, he's not in the right position. He needs to let go of this and angle and transition. A lot of times, Sean, in jiu-jitsu, the battle belongs to the guy who knows it's done first.
Rogers closed guard, but on his hip. Now Spang diving in, and Rogers closes guard once more, but flat on his back. Very entertaining round number one thus far in the final minute of this opening round, semi-final number 2 in the middleweight tournament.
Man, back and forth. Incredible fight so far.
Spang looking for the hammer fist, diving down with the left hand, then rights to the body. Rogers from the open guard.
And this is a position we haven't seen Rogers in yet. On his back. Trying to survive and work his submission. Getting good rights by Spang.
Big right hands indeed by Andreas Spang, looking to dive in for more, trying to clear the legs. Double ear slap there from the bottom by Rogers as he closes guard. Body head from Spang. Rogers repositions his ankles. Now opens his guard. The bell in the end of round one. This Cleveland, Ohio crowd trying to get behind Ohio native Brian Rogers. Jimmy, how did you score round one?
10-9 Brian Rogers. Thought he had Spang hurt more than once. Spang, of course, had his back, finished the round on top. I didn't think it was enough to win back the round. 10-9 Brian Rogers.
Big wide right hand over the top by Spang. Push kick by Spang, counter right over the top by Rogers. See, it's Rogers circling to his right. Low kick by Spang, caught by Rogers, and he pulls away. Feint with the low kick by Andreas Spang.
One question is, who has the gas for a long fight? Brian Rogers, known for his spectacular first-round finishes. That's great. But do you have the gas tank for 15 minutes? And of course, Spang, a late replacement, got the call last Friday. Did he put in the time in the gym for 15 minutes?
Straight left hand by Spang, but moving backwards. It's Rogers coming forward once more, throwing to the body.
The problem is, Rogers coming in a lot with his hands down. Easy to catch a counter shot that way.
Rogers missing with the right hand.
And what he's depending on is his physical speed to get him in there quick enough to not eat a counter shot, but he's going to be able to see it.
Push kick by Spang, counter low kick, almost a leg sweep attempt by Rogers. Now it's Spang circling to his right. Rogers misses with that inside kick.
Man, Spang certainly has a hard head. He's eating some big shots, and he looks good, still fighting hard. One thing his corner told him not to do that I agree with Brian Rogers is don't end these combinations and stand in front of this dude. You see he's standing here, he finishes his combo, and then he's standing right in front of him. That's never a good idea.
That's Jimmy Smith. I'm Sean Wheelock. Glad you were with us for Bellator 66. Coming to you live from IX Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Closing in on the midway point of this second middleweight tournament semifinal. Andreas Spang versus Ohio's own Brian Rogers. Now Spang moving back.
Oh, good left hand.
Big right hand by Rogers.
He's hurt. He's hurt badly. He's staggered against the fence.
Rogers shuffle stepping, feigning with the flying knee. More wide, powerful shots from Rogers. Push kick by Spang, and really a slapping left hand. Rogers coming back in.
Rogers is giving Spang time to collect himself. And big shots there right in front of us.
Rogers missed with that right hand, but you see again, he's in full stalking mode. Mouse forming under the left eye of Brian Rogers.
One thing we've seen Brian Rogers with his finishes, he's not used to throwing this many punches to finish a guy. You know, you're sitting there wondering, why doesn't he come in and close out the show? He's not used to having to hit a guy 20 times to finish him.
Good left hand by Rogers.
All of his opponents had dropped at this point when he got this offensive. Oh my God, this is over!
And there's the finish! A lightning strike win for Andreas Spang, and he has booked his place in the middleweight tournament final.
That is what I call a comeback. Look at this. Came in, bam! Left hook right on the jaw, great stoppage. Brian Rogers is upset, but clean shot, beautifully timed. It was over when he hit the ground. That is why, look at those records. Both guys very experienced, they have wins. I mean, knockouts for Eddie Alvarez, submissions for Aoki, some for Eddie. I mean, these guys have seen everything.
The bell in round number one.
How does Eddie Alvarez begin? He said, I'm going to let Aoki bring the fight to me. He's not a great initiator.
Alvarez said that the mistake he made last time, above and beyond not believing he could actually win, was that he was too aggressive. He said that he has been working on training and it's been very difficult to actually slow down and not be so aggressive.
One thing Aoki does do well on the feet, he throws good kicks. We saw that against Shaolin. He threw a lot of kicks, a lot of body kicks. You saw already he can kick to the head.
Body punch by Alvarez.
Alvarez, of course, the much better puncher, however.
Again, Aoki, the reigning Dream Lightweight champion, but his title is not on the line, but both men approaching this like a world title fight.
See Eddie always circling to his right, away from the power of Shinya Aoki.
There's a shot from Aoki, and there's the patience of Alvarez, and he's not diving in. Inviting his opponent to stand up, and Aoki does.
No way he's going to dive into that guard. I think it's the most dangerous guard in MMA.
Push kick from Aoki, just a rangefinder. Good right hand by Alvarez. A lot of head movement from Eddie Alvarez.
See the game here, pick him apart, dive in and out.
Now it's Aoki coming forward, missing with the wide right hand.
One thing, Eddie gets dropped in almost every fight. And not necessarily against the hardest punchers. He's had trouble with that in the past.
Alvarez almost makes a joke of it at times, that he just gets hit and he goes down, but he recovers quickly.
The problem is that Aoki's not going to try and finish him with strikes. He's going to jump on top of him and try and submit him if he rocks him. That's the difference in this fight. In a striking way, he recovers. Oh, good right hand!
Aoki dropped. Alvarez now more big right hands. Huge shots and looking to finish his Alvarez. The towel's in.
The towel is in, and they didn't see it.
Referee Jerry Chris did not see the towel, and there is the stoppage. And a tremendous win for Eddie Alvarez, just like that.
I said he needed a career-defining performance. He just had one tonight. Man, what a knockout. Now let's take a look at it here. Nice short right. I don't think Aoki was badly hurt here. It's that he jumped in and Aoki wasn't ready for it. He didn't think Eddie Alvarez would jump in after him, and he did. Look at that short right. A nice shot, but it was bang, that one right on the temple that hurt him. And once that happened, Aoki was just unprepared for the avalanche from Eddie Alvarez. You see here, good right hand, but it was this right hand that set everything up right over the top. Shinya Aoki trying to defend himself. But man, look at the punches coming down and everybody pointing at the towel.